Ne? Segulate, manje. Segulate. So, welcome guys. I hope that everyone is well to another lesson, Dripanomics tutorials, accounting 1A, right? We are covering the T accounts, right? And we're also going to be doing journal entries, which is what you're also going to be writing on based for test 1, which is next week Monday. Not this one, that other one, ne? Sharp, the third. So T accounts, guys, for those that don't understand what T accounts are, they are basically accounting equations that just come in the form of T accounts, right? It's literally that simple. It's accounting equation that just come in the form of T accounts. What is meant by a T account, I'll show you guys now. Ne? Segulate, man, segulate. So let me just open my Word document. So T accounts are basically accounting equation. If you know what increases on the debit side and you know what increases on the credit side and you know your accounts, there should be no difference to you. You should not fail this question. It's one of the same thing, right? The only difference is it's in the form of a T account. Are you guys following? Yes, people? You understand? Ne? Who did accounting in high school? Yeah. So you know T accounts, ne? Yeah. Yeah. Where did you matriculate? We need to report that school to Malusi. Where did you? Which one is that one? You can't do accounting in high school and not know T accounts. In T accounts, what are T accounts called? Maybe you don't call them T accounts, but it's fine. There's a question here. Yes. Who raised their hand? Online ladies, boys, girls. Okay, there's no one. If you have a question online, just unmute yourself, ne? Just unmute yourself, you'll let me know. So basically, this is what I'm gonna do. This is a T account, ne? Let me just do this, because I wanna create like 5 of them. Is there a question online there? Someone raising their hand or what? If yes, just unmute yourself, because, yeah, and then speak. If there's no question, forever hold your peace. I do. So, copy, ne? And then I'm just gonna create like 6 of them. Okay, let me just make many. Sharp. So, this is what we call a T account, right? There's the debit and then there's the credit, right? So on the left-hand side is the what? The debit, right? And then on the right-hand side is the credit. For those that are gonna watch this on YouTube, I don't think this part is going to be visible for you guys on YouTube. Mara, if you're in the lesson currently, I think you should be able to see it. I'm not sure if I'm making sense. Like I'm recording the video, but the screen is gonna be blank. It's just gonna have subtitles. So it's important that you follow. Ne? It's important that you follow. Banana, follow me. Ne? Sharp. So the left-hand side is the debit, the right-hand side is the credit. Ne? So I don't want to waste time and go read lecture slide. Segulate, man. It's bad. The time to play is finished. So I want to go straight into the tutorial question, straight, so that you can see practically how to answer the questions. Lecture slides are now, it's child. Ne? So I'm going to explain it first before we do it. T accounts are basically accounting equation. It's just that there's a difference. Because now we're dealing with the accounts themselves. We are not dealing with the elements. Are you following? We are dealing with what? An account. Again, we have 5 elements, and under those 5 elements, there's sub-accounts. Now we are focusing more on the specific account itself rather than the element. But we know that with the accounts, they increase and decrease, right, respectively. So assets is an element. It increases on the debit side and decreases on the credit side. So for example, inventory is an account which is an asset which will increase on the debit side and decrease on the credit side. Are you guys following? You are following, right? Online people, are you following? If there's a hand, speak. If there's a question, ask. Ne? Don't be the person that asks the question next year. The time is now. Pagama chila, pagama. Ne? The time is now. Fine. So everyone is fine with the T account, ne? T account, where does the term T account stem from? If you look closely, ne? Let me just do this. Can you guys see that this is a T? This is the the first part, and then this line going down is the second part, which is the T. Hence the term T account. You guys see where the T is coming from, right? Here. So this and this is the T. So you see where the T account, like where the term T stems from. Hello, online ladies, you guys, are you getting where the T account stems from? Do you guys get where the T account stems from? Are you guys hearing me? Am I audible? Or must I repeat? You are writing next week, guys. If you speak now, you will be saved. If not, uzozibona sharp, ne? Now people want to join now, so they're disturbing me. Ends are boy, ends are fast. So now, I don't want to further waste time and do slides. Ne? We're going straight to the tutorial activity, so that you can practically see. There's lekhokhonolo. Lekhokhonolo, I am saying that the term T accounts stems from the fact that what we are doing, we are presenting financial transactions and records in the form of a T, format. So this is the T. I'm not sure if you can see a T. Like, if you can't see it, segulate manje boy. Like, how do I do? The thing is, I can't draw a line here. But the T is here. It should be visible, my man. I shaded the top part and then the line going down, which is vertical, because this is horizontal. Yes, the line going vertical, which to you is up and down, is the T. Are you following the Lekhokhonolo?
Hi, Remo.
Hi, Lekhokhonolo. Is that you?
It's not.
Who's that now? And who's Remo? Hi, sir.
Hi, sir.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Talk to me.
I wanted to ask, you're saying that assets increase on the debit side and decrease on the credit side, right?
Correct.
What do you mean that assets increase? Does it mean that if, for instance, money is being taken out of the bank account, then you record that the amount of money on the credit side?
So, our assets increase on the debit side, ne? Decrease on the credit side, right? So, be honest with me, ne? Be honest, I won't judge you. Have you watched our lessons before?
Yeah, some.
Some, ne? So, with elements, ne? And you're gonna see with the example you're gonna be covering. Our assets increase on the debit side and decrease on the credit side. And let's say the asset we are talking about is bank, which is maybe what you're referring to. When money is deposited into our bank account, we are going to debit it. But if money is taken out of our bank account, we are going to credit it. Why? Because assets increase on the debit side and they decrease on the credit side. Is everyone following?
Thank you. That was what.
Oh, that is what you are asking?
Yeah.
Thank you, not a problem. Ne? Does everyone in person understand what I just said? Ends up boy fast. Ends up boy sharp. So I've basically simplified T accounts for you. However, with T accounts, it's more than just the format of the accounting equation. With T accounts, if you didn't do accounting in high school, please listen to me attentively. We have what we call the closing off process. Balana my notes. This one is important. This one is important. This one is important. What am I saying? With T accounts, guys, at the end of the financial month, they need to be closed off so that at the beginning of the new month, we know how much we are getting into or what we are entering the new month with. And you'll see what I'm talking about when we do the tutorial activity. But remember, with T accounts, we are going to have to close them off. You following? Just write close off. T accounts, close off. Balance. Also write balance. Because always T accounts must balance. If your T accounts are not balancing, you are not doing accounting. You are supposed to be an engineer, right? Building bridges there in Bram. The Mandela Bridge and stuff, and that's okay. We need those. So T accounts, they need to be closed off. They need to balance. Ne? Let's just start there. Let's start there. Are you guys following? Ne? Sharp. With T accounts, we have, I'm not sharing any slides. This is me top of the dome. So if you're not writing, it's a long day. The T accounts have what we call opening balances. So this is at the beginning of the month or at the end of the month, given the information on the trial balance, that's going to be our opening balance. So you see how with statement of financial position and statement of profit or loss, when there's revenue given on the trial balance, you just add it to the statement itself. That same principle you did with your lecturers in class, we apply the same principle with the T accounts. T accounts are going to have what? Opening balances. Ne? Write this down. Write this down. And if I'm moving too fast, let me know. Slow down. Ne? So, what must I repeat? The opening balance part. T accounts have opening balances, right? T accounts must be closed off. T accounts must balance. Ne? For now, that's what I want you to know. You? Question? Opening balance is basically the amount given on the trial balance. So if you see file your statement of profit or loss, when there's revenue given on the trial balance, that's what you're going to put on the statement before your additional information. Remember what you did with your lecturers this week? The statements. What statements did you guys do? Profit or loss. There was a... Yeah? All of them. They didn't have a trial balance. They did have a trial balance. Ne? So the trial balance is basically the amount you get from the already taken into account transactions before the additional information. You will see when we do the practical example. Yes, Chief. The what? For what? What about your reporting date? Yes. So the closing balance of the last financial date is the opening balance of the current one. Yeah, that. Oh yes. Yeah. So that's that. But depends on the example, because maybe the example they say that this opening balance is for the last month without taking into account the additional information. So it just basically depends on the example, but you're also on the right path. Is everyone online following what I'm saying so far? Before we go to the example itself, give me a thumbs up. Sharp. It's important, guys, that you follow here. Please tell your friends to join the class. I'm doing examples now. Segulate, man. Ne? Segulate. Ends up, boy, ends up fast. Sharp. So I'm looking for the example here. Ne? You see here, this is unit 3, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just read the document. This is unit 3, class example 1. So I think you're going to cover this in class tomorrow or Monday or whenever you guys attend accounting. Ne? This is what you're probably going to do with your lecturer. It's either one of those lecturers. I don't want to mention them by name, but I love all of them. They are great. Ne? So we have question 3 here. Can you see the following balances appeared in the accounting of ZI here? Ne? ZI or is it ZI? Z is more American based. Ne? So it's Z. Who's playing music now? Who? Who is it? And who? I'm sure something. Who? When I see some. So it's gonna be what? This is what we call the trial balance. You see this table with these figures? It's called the trial balance. Ne? A trial balance, guys, is very important. You need to know it. Ne? It's gonna help you answer questions. These figures are not here for decoration. Ne? So if you look at the trial balance and you see the amounts credited and you see the amounts debited, based on your knowledge, what do you guys see? Based on what you've already learned with accounting equation and our elements and so forth. Based on the trial balance and the amounts that are debited and credited, what is the pattern that you are noticing? What is the pattern you're noticing? Even those that are online are more than welcome to contribute. The trial balance, for those that are going to watch it on YouTube but can't see what I'm talking about, it's unit 3, class example 1. But those that are online also with us, what pattern are you guys seeing from the trial balance? based on the knowledge you know about elements. There's a pattern here that you should see, and if you're not seeing it, you haven't been learning. So I'm not sure whose hand was up first. Whose hand was up first? Okay. Yes, right? So going back to what we know about our elements and where they increase and they decrease, there is a pattern that our assets, our expenses, and our assets, expenses are not? Okay, but here it's only assets and expenses. But our assets and our expenses are increasing on the debit side. Why? Because assets increase on the debit side and our expenses increase way on the debit side as well. And then we have our liabilities and our incomes. They both increase on the credit side. Are you guys following? So that is the first thing you're supposed to notice here. Ne? However, there are going to be situations where your bank, for example, would be or having an opening balance on the credit side. If bank is ever found in a situation, right, where it has a credit balance, what does that insinuate? It insinuates that there's an overdraft. You bet more than you can chew. Ne? Right. Online people, are you following? Before I continue. Good. So we can continue. So that's the what? The trial balance. Then we come to our additional, this is what we call additional information. But again, those that have been attending my classes from the beginning, what did I say you must do before answering a question? You need to go to what is required, because for you to know what you're answering, you need to know exactly what it is that is being asked from you by the respective question. So what is required here? Open only the accounts listed below in the general ledger of ZI with the balances as per the trial balance above. Subsequently, recognize transaction 1 to 6 directly in these general journals, ledgers. Okay, no, general ledgers, because general ledgers is T accounts. General journal is the one where you journalize. Ne? So here, general ledger is T account. So please also, the English in the test will confuse you. General ledger, T accounts, general journal, journal entries. Ne? Maverick, what did I say? Oh, Maverick, please focus, guys. General ledger is gonna be the T accounts. General journals, other journal entries. You are doing the same thing but different things.
General entries is where we have to have the
Yes, and the narration and stuff. Yes. Sharp. So here they say, properly balance these accounts. So I told you that with T accounts, what did I mention, guys? You have your opening balance, they need to balance, and you need to close them off. Those are the three parts that are important when coming to T accounts. So here they tell us, only do salaries and wages, receivable F, revenue, cost of sales, trade inventories, payable S, and bank. 20 marks. Ne? 20 marks. Guys, you will see, if you understand accounting equation, if you understand T accounts, if you understand journal entries, you are doing one of the same things. You cannot fail test 1. If you fail test 1, you are in for the shock of your life for test 2. There is going to be VAT. They might even be too excited, these lecturers, and make VAT 17%. Now there's decimals now. Please, focus. This is the easiest paper you are ever going to write at university level for accounting. Please, there's a hand.
We're also going to do contra accounts in the test.
Another question was asked for contra accounts. Everything we've been doing is a contra account. What is a contra account? Okay, no.
Yeah, I have an example.
What's the example?
Let's do salaries and wages.
Sharp. I pay my employee, right? Because I would be the employer. No, I'm the employee. My employer pays me, the employee, 500 rands. Bank is affected because money is coming out. No, but we record for the business. I'm the employee. Have you ever looked from an employee's perspective? Nizofeila. We account based on what the business's perspective and the business's books. We couldn't care less about the employee. You are not the employee's accountant. You are working for the business. Ne? So, I am the employee. My employer is paying me. In the books of my employer, which is the business that you are accounting for, bank is decreasing because money is coming out of their bank account. The contra account is salaries and wages. It's decreasing equity. It's decreasing equity because expenses decrease equity, but our expenses are increasing. So can you see, just based on that transaction, expenses are increasing, but expenses decrease equity. Yes, you are right. It's fine. You are right. So can you see that with every transaction, there is an account and a contra account. So in the test, if you don't know contra account, you will fail. Everything is contra account. Because what must happen on the left-hand side must also happen on the right-hand side. You're asking what's a contra account? The contra account is basically another account that's affected. So for example, employee, employer. Employer pays wages. Bank is affected, salaries are affected. So those are contra accounts. Yeah? There are two accounts affected, bank and expenses, yes.
Has there been a situation where the accounts only affect the debit side displays debit credit?
Try think of a transaction that only affects the debit side. Why not just try think? Let's just try. No, let's just try for the sake of the conversation. Maybe it might happen. Like, let's just try. Let's explore. Where have we ever had a situation or a transaction where only one side is affected, but somehow it's expected to balance? Let's just think. Yeah.
So I've been today we did something on what's this thing? So this business they bought a vehicle,
They bought a vehicle, yes.
yes, which is a plus.
Plus assets, yes.
And then
Because
on the back is
minus, yes.
So it's not affecting her, but she's talking about the accounting equation. Yeah.
Who, her?
Sorry.
Yeah, but even for the T account, you're gonna see. The accounting equation and T accounts are the same thing. You're gonna see. Even for that vehicle. On the T account for bank, it's gonna be what? Nah. Let's just do a practical example. You won't get child. No one's getting child by anything except no one should be child actually by anything. But yes. When you transfer? When you transfer what? When you pay someone you owe. Wait, so a bad debt pays back the money. So, sharp, this thing. We have a bad date, né? This is just us going off topic. Mara still, no, it's not off topic. You will learn about bad dates going forward. Yes, but even with that example, it won't affect one side. Why? Bad dates, né? You have a receivable that says that they can't pay you. How do you recognize that? You debit bad debts, you credit the receivable, né? Because you're writing off how much they owe you. Sharp. Now, you find out later or no, this guy won the lottery. And now he's feeling generous. He feels bad for you. He's like, my brother, me, I want to pay you back now because I'm up now. Ne? I have money now. I can afford to pay you. Remember, you've written him off already, but now he's coming back. When someone pays you money, what accounts do you think are affected? Bank is going to be affected because money is coming in. But now, we also have a term called bad debts recovered, which is also seen as income because you are receiving money you didn't expect to receive. So even with what you are saying, income is affected and income is going to increase on the credit side. So can you see that it's going to balance? if there's ever a situation where you debit one side or you credit one side, guys, I will retire as a tutor because it means I don't know my work.
Okay, you said there must be two accounts, right?
Always.
Okay, for the bank debt recovered, you will write bank because money is coming.
Yes.
And the other account is bank.
Bad debt recovered, which is like income. That's the account, yes.
Not the debtors control.
You are finished with debtors control because you already de-recognized them as your data. He no longer owes you in your books. When he pays you back, it's now income.
Oh,
It's
it's a new account.
a new account called bad debt recovered, which is like income. It's other income basically on your statements. He's no longer a debtor because you've written him in your guys. It's like that ex, ne? You dumped, but they come back. You can't say when they come back they're still your partner. They're an ex. They just happen to come back. Yeah. Bad example, because you guys take them back and it's fine, right? But I'm saying if someone, yeah. This debtors control. Leave debtors control to high school. Maverick, when you don't know debtors control, you know receivables. You know trade and other receivables. This thing of debtors, leave them. They are lost, those ones. Ne? Question. Are you receiving back your money from a receivable? Are you receiving money from the debtor? Yes. Wait, but you saying that you wanna, instead of saying bad debt recovered, you wanna say you're receiving money from a receivable, ne? So, was that person a receivable when they paid you? Yes. You did recognize them as a receivable. You forgot. Guys, you've written them off. When they come back, they are coming back as, you've written them off, guys. So you can't say a receivable is paying you money, because if you're saying it's a receivable, you are insinuating that they are paying you money that they owed you. But that money you had already written off. Hence why bad debts recovered. Yes? Huh? Maybe you can explain it. Like, I can't hear you. See what? Try to explain here. Try. Hello, don't worry guys, I'm still here. I'm still with you guys, ne? Don't worry. You get it now? Sure. So, my online people, is everyone okay with what I've just said before we start with the activity? Is there anyone with a question online before we move on? I'm seeing people comment, David Mahato, the trial balance is extracted from the statement of financial position. Read the required. So a trial balance, basically, what is it? The trial balance, yeah, you can say that it's extracted from, I'd be lying. A trial balance is basically a table or a format with like your balances, né? That perhaps haven't taken into account additional information. So it's the information you have about the of the company standing at that point until the additional information. So yeah, I hope I answered your question, Mr. David. Bad debt recovered in bank, okay? David Mahato, double entry principle for T accounts for every debit there is a corresponding credit. Yes, you're even using big words, corresponding. Yeah, yes, you are getting it. Is there anyone else online with a question before we start with the activity? Again, guys, those that are going to watch on YouTube, make sure that it's Unit 3, Question 1, if I'm not mistaken. The one for 20 marks. Because on YouTube, you won't see my screen because I'm presenting it in real life. So it's fine, eh? And also, guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys, please. We're almost at 1,000. We just need like 5 more subscriptions, please, guys. Yeah. Please, you don't know the name? Please leave. Please leave. I'm not laughing, just leave. Ne? Like, okay, guys, ne? We are about to now begin. So, let us read. Okay, first things first. How do you guys want? No, not first things first. I'm telling you how to do it. T accounts, this is what we're doing. My advice to you guys when doing this, for time constraints, the test is out of 80 if I'm not mistaken, if they keep things ceteris paribus, ne? You know what ceteris paribus is, ne? What is it? Yeah? Keeping all other factors constant. I'm saying other factors because they changed the new format of accounting this year, ne? But ceteris paribus, you know, if all things remain the same or unchanged, you should write a paper out of 80, right? You see, guys also do economics, like, wow, like, thank you. But ceteris paribus, right, all things remain constant, so you should be writing a paper out of 80. 80 marks, 2 hours. 2 hours, 80 marks. 80 marks, 3 questions, students only answer 1 and they fail. Ne? Ne? Sharp. So, you have 2 hours. This is what you're going to do for the test. Maverick. For test 1, Maverick. Maverick, you're gonna be a problem. Father, please. Don't ask me. I'm here. Test 1. There's gonna be question 1, conceptual framework, maybe 20 marks. There's gonna be question 2, accounting equation, journal entries, maybe another 20, 30, 40 marks, and a financial statement, Yana. There's gonna be question 3, maybe T accounts, 20 marks. Your paper's out of 80. Please start with what you feel comfortable with. 20 marks, definition, application, know your theory. Accrual basis of accounting, know your 5 elements. Going concern, know their definitions, know how to apply it. We've covered this, it's on YouTube. Ne? Tutorials as well, it's on YouTube. We've covered that before. I'm gonna only cover that with people in March when we are paying. There's gonna be a boot camp. The 1st, the 2nd, the 28th, boot camp. We are going to be studying every day, making sure we copy. You will fail. You will fail. A painful fail, but yes. Question 2 will most probably be your financial statements. Like it's either going to be statement of profit or loss, statement of changes in equity, a statement of financial position. Both, one, or all 3 of them. But if I don't think statement of financial position is going to be too much for you guys. But it might come out. Prepare. That's question 2. Journal entries. Constantly, you first need to journalize and then prepare your statements. Sharp. Question 3 is going to be the T accounts, what we are doing now. Is there a hand? Yes. 100%.
And I failed test 2, like, be like,
no, you're still gonna be able. Depends how badly you fail test 2.
I can take this one as 50.
No, this one. Did you check your learner guide? It's 40, ne? So no, it's fine. But I understand your question. Your question is, let's say I do extremely well for test 1, but test 2 I get humbled. Depending on how humbled you were, you should still obtain 40% semester mark to write the exam. In the exam, if you get a semester mark of, let's say, 90, ne? Semester mark, so test 1, test 2, online test, you get 90. Technically, in the exam, you only need 10% for you to get 50%, because it's going to be that 100 divided by 2 again. It doesn't work like that. In the exam, the minimum you need to get is a 40% for you to pass, irrespective of your semester mark. So if you qualify with 100, you still need 40 in the exam. But you're just going to lower your chances of getting a distinction, but you still need a 40. If you qualified with a 40 semester mark, in the exam, the bare minimum you need is 60. And by 60, I'm saying 65, because if you're counting to get a 60, you're going to get number 59. Maybe you'll be pardoned, maybe, they're like, Maruzami. But if you qualify with a 40, you need a 60. Again, miracles happen, yes. But if you qualify with a 40, and you want a 60 in the exam, and you're writing 5 other exams, who are we kidding? Ne? The chance is dangerous. Ne? Dangerous. But fine. So that's how your test is gonna be. Start with what you most feel comfortable with. If you know theory, you are William Shakespeare. Please start there. If you know the journal entries, debit, credit, narration, that's you. Start there. If you know table format, accounting equation, start there. Don't start with T accounts. You are fooling yourself. Wait, don't start with T. Question 3 must be the last one. Because question 3 is basically you flexing your muscle on how you know question 1 and 2. It's a flex. You are like, now I'm just showing it. Sharp. Now I'm done with the study tip for the test. Another study tip. Do not try. Do not try to finish the paper. The aim is never to finish the paper. I'm telling you. 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 Finishing the paper is for those that get 100%. I'm telling you. The aim of accounting 1A is not about what you answer, but rather how you answer what you answer. We are focusing more on efficiency and proficiency. So if a question 1 is out of 20, you need to write that question with the intention of getting 20 out of 20. Or if not, at least get 18 or 17. Are you following me? If you are efficient in your answering, when we count the marks at the end of the test, even if you're not finished, a distinction will come. Because why? Question 1 was out of 20, you got 19. Question 2 was out of 40, you got 38. Question 3 is out of, let's say, 20 or 25, you got 24. Okay, no, but I'm lying. It doesn't defeat the purpose. Question 3 is out of 20. You get 10 or 15 out of the 25. Are you able to see that you are done and you got your distinctions and you left the venue clean? Can you see what I'm teaching? So it's not about how you answer, but rather what it is that you're answering and the efficiency. I know of many friends. That paper was so easy. I wrote everything. I made no mistake. Question 1 out of 20, they got 4. Question 2 out of 30, they get 4. Question 3 out of 25, they get 25. That person failed. So be intentional with exactly what it is that you want to answer. Efficiency. Efficiency is what we are looking for. So out of 20, write to get 19 out of 20. Out of 25, write to get 23 out of 25. Out of 30, aim for 27. When you add the numbers, you're going to see that you would have passed. Because that's how I got my distinction. Me, I was never in a rush, me. Always breathe. You must scan the environment. And make sure that you always come either early or late for the test. Don't come in between. Don't come in between. It's important where you sit. It's important. If you are early, you're going to sit right there at the back. So you can scan the environment from a holistic point. So you can see everyone who's sitting up to go to the bathroom, who thinks they're done writing. So be first or be last. No distraction. You are scanning the environment. You are looking. If you are late, make sure that you're not 30 minutes late. Make sure that you are around 20 minutes late, 15 minutes late. You have less time, but until you know you are efficient. You know your brain. There you're gonna sit in front. You just scan again. Holistically, you can see what's happening. If you're in the middle, you get confused. Because now you're seeing people at the front, at the back. No, don't do that. Make sure. Why? People are going to leave very early for the test. It doesn't mean they know what they're doing. Some just gave up. Some just gave up. Don't feel pressured. If a test is 2 hours, make sure you utilize 2 hours. You're not Einstein. Otherwise, you'd be in Harvard. You are not Mark Zuckerberg. You would be in Harvard. Don't see people leave and you're like, I'm gone. Please. Those people have already given up. They know what they are there for. Sharp. I'm done with test. Now we're doing the question. Is there anyone with the question for the test? I'm still gonna give you guys more tips next week, but for now I think that's enough. Yes.
So everyone who's doing accounting 1A will be writing.
Not in the same venue. There's gonna be like 2-3 venues, but most probably each venue will still be packed. So you'll still, for a first timer, if it's your first time writing a semester test, you'll feel the pressure. You'll see. It's not high school where, invigilators, matter. That's a topic for another day. Guys, if you don't know the work, you'll think like the invigilator is stalking you. No. He or she is just doing their job. They are not with you. They are not stalking you. So if you see someone peeking at your, but that's fine. Let's continue. Is there anyone with a question online before we start? Online people, is there anyone with a question for the test before we start? This is a real
When is
the test?
No, not the test. When is the next contact class?
The next contact class, communication will probably be sent, but it's next week. Are you not in our groups, Akon? You are, ne? Yeah, you'll just see in the groups. It depends. Mara, man, just late. You must start paying me now. Late. We are hungry now. Ne? You must start paying for these lessons, because for the paying members, you guys are going to be added to a separate group, right? But you're paying for March, even though you're paying now. You're going to be added to a separate group. You're going to be sent past papers and whatnot. So for paying members, just text me. Everyone will know the information and stuff. Ne? So, yeah. But for now, for free content, if you're still a free person, just wait for communication in the group. Ne? But if you're not pay, if you make me jump at night, I will jump just for you. Ne? But it's fine. We are done. So now we can go to the activity itself, right? So this is how you must answer T accounts. You write all of the T accounts. Ne? They're going to give you so much paper. It's more than enough. You write all of them T accounts. Ne? Then you write opening balances for each one of them, which is what we are going to do now. Zamo? Do you remember the difference between balance brought forward and balance carried forward? I get the balance at the beginning of the month. Is it brought forward or carried forward? Brought forward. Ne? You guys know this from high school also. Ne? First things first. Or those that didn't do account, don't worry, don't cry. What did you do in high school? Physics. Ne? Oh, Albert Einstein. Isaac Newton. Yes? But now it's forward. We are going forward. I get in high school you were down. Now we are forward. So, with our opening balances, guys, we have what is called opening balance is brought forward. Ne? Brought forward. So in the test, just write boyfriend. Ne? You will remember. I'm doing it now. So let's do an example. What accounts are affected here? For this example of ours. What's the first thing that's affected here? Let's see. I'll come to you, Mr. David. Salaries and wages. So we're going to say salaries and wages. Ne? This is the debit and this is the credit. Do you want me to write debit and credit, or you guys know? Must I write? Like this, ne? Ne? When we have an opening balance, it's important to write the date. Ne? The date of this opening balance as per the trial balance is when? Is it 30 December or what? Let's see. It's 31 December, ne? Sharp. So this is the opening balance for the month. So we're gonna write 31 December, right? I don't think we have to write opening balance. We just have to write balance. So it's gonna be balance, ne? And then what is this thing called? Not foil, Mara. What is the? You know that thing, ne? Just minus it. It's not important, but just write balance brought forward. Can you see this is boyfriend? It shows that you are bringing forward the balance from your best friend. Sorry, best friend, ne? Not boyfriend. Ne? Fine. It's showing that you are bringing forward the balances that are given on that trial balance. So it's balance brought forward, and how much is it on the statement, on the trial balance? I need you guys to also open it from your side so that it's easier. But the trial balance is how much for salaries and wages? It's 574,400. Ne? So you're going to write 574,400. You get a mark for this. It's a balance brought forward. High. No. Brought forward, I get it in high school, it's it's BD. It's BD. It's BD. But in university there's no BD. It's BF. It's brought forward. And then when it's for the next month, it's carried forward. Yeah, it's carried forward. So BD, high school, here it's BF. We're bringing forward. Ne? Sharp. Thank you. Hey. It's on Moodle. Must I send it to WhatsApp? Who did I send it to? From a student who's doing one-on-one. The people are serious here, yeah? People are paying one-on-one lessons. When you are here, freshers, you will die. They're painful death. So I'm sending it to the BCom group, ne? And the accounting one. So is everyone okay with how we got to the balance brought forward amount thing? Guys, is everyone fine? There's a hand. Nolutando. Oh, Ngomezulu. Oh, sawubona sisi. Unjani?
Can you please Ngiyaphila njani?
Mina ngiyaphila. Bowuthini sisi?
Can you please create another link? This call is ending in 4 minutes.
Ungasabi i-link ngiyithumela mara ithi ngiqedela ama-minutes lana 4 minutes you can do a lot in 4 minutes academically speaking.
Okay.
Wayazi nawe so I sent it yeah I sent it in the group ne sharp. So that's our opening balance ne sharp. And then what's our opening, so what's the next account that's affected of ours? It's receivable who? Receivable F, and then what's the thing? What's the balance? I mean, it's gonna be 31 December, right? What's the balance? BF 200 and what? 218 block. 13 like this, ne? Is everyone fine with how we got to this? Ish, I need to use my mouse now. Do you guys understand how we got to the 13 and get the 213? Are you guys all following? Hello, it's me. Yes, you get a mark for writing each of the balances. It's important. As galama game match. Ne? Sharp. And then what else? So what's the next account that's affected? Who? Wait, who's this receivable? Receivable F, ne? A, S, F me, even why? I'm joking. Yes, what's the next account? Yeah, simulate.
Remo.
Yes.
Remo, which question are you doing?
The question
Like which
is,
transaction
the question I just
number?
sent in the group.
Transaction number, which one?
Number 1, yo, simulate. Say Shoni.